Hi, everyone. Welcome to Experiencing Intelligent Breakthroughs in Your Sports Performance and Life. I'm Raj Gavrola, and today we will continue this week with my Paragon model, the winning mental pyramid or forward performance pyramid. And at the bottom of the pyramid is your intrinsic relationship between your mood and subconscious. So what is mood? If I asked you, what is mood? What is it? Mood is how you feel, bottom line, forward line, and action. And we know subconscious is very important. However, we don't know much about the subconscious. But the two have a relationship. And so, how do you feel? Obviously, if you're feeling fun and enjoyment before, during, and after whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or you want to achieve or your goals, that's will create better outcomes. However, a lot of people do not have the thinking tools, the learning tools, the concepts to make it fun and enjoyable all the way through. They might have fun and enjoyment in one of the areas or in a combination, but not in all three. And that's what I help my clients with. And, sometimes people do have fun and enjoyment in all those areas. So for those that are challenged with that, you've heard people say, feel movement and then everything else will start to come. And that's definitely very important as an athlete. However, if you were to feel fun and enjoyment and had the tools, the thinking tools, the learning tools, to be able to do that with yourself, with your teammates, with including your coaches, whomever it is who's on your team, then everyone has a much better, positive, sustainable relationship, right? So how you feel is very important, regardless of what you're doing, whether you're doing it by yourself or you're doing it while you're interacting with one person or a group of people. That's essential. And then also, it's essential that whoever you're acting with, how they feel is fun and enjoyment in their own way. And when you have that, then you have the experience of creating or achieving together something greater, right? So one of the ways that I look at mood is mood changes are instant. And so sometimes you'll see that I'll wear something bright. And a lot of times I do that, especially on days when I just need something to stimulate me or create some endorphins. So I'll wear bright clothing on that day. And sure enough, it does that. Also, the bottom line and the forward line. The bottom line is, that as you're doing this activity or achieving together or individually, or you're working towards something, towards a goal, towards a better outcome, this is the bottom line. You know that you receive this. However, you also need a forward line, and this is the greater outcomes that you're going towards. And this is where the increase comes, the better outcomes. This is what will help you to achieve better. This what will give you incentive, whatever it may be, improvement. But you need to have that forward line so that you can go this way. And then, of course, actions. So that's the actual movement or the thinking and combination of all of those, right? And the sensations. And so that's essential as an athlete. That's essential for your teammates, for your team, right? Not only do you need to know what your forward line is, but you also need to be able to support your teammates in knowing are helping them achieve their forward line, their breakthroughs. And then, of course, your team and your coaches. So this is a very, very important. Mood is essential because that relationship, your intrinsic relationship between your mood and subconscious, can really bring a team together and create the type of culture and environment to where, as you're achieving together, you have the propensity to achieve greater outcomes. It's when people don't have, or athletes don't have or coaches don't have the thinking tools, the learning tools, the concepts in order to make it fun and enjoyable for their athletes or for each other before, during, and after. And that's when you get burnout. That's when conflict arises. That's when things of people being sensitive or feeling that they're not being cared about, or just people sometimes just saying, well, they don't like each other. And so that's obviously not a good thing when you're on a team. It'd be a lot easier for you to like each other. So that's essential that you understand how important your relationship, intrinsic relationship between your mood and subconscious is, and how that affects, for example, all of your relationships, whether they're athletic relationships or outside of athletics, with your coaches, with your teammates, with yourself, right? With yourself. So I got back from the exercise functional physiology trainer, and she had me doing an exercise, and it started to become, it was challenging at first, and then it was becoming hard, which I don't want to do anything hard, and then it was becoming difficult. And so I went through my performance cues, and I used words like easy, and then I used words like compete. And obviously that those were all valid and part of my performance cue vocabulary. Also, though, I used the word dream. And when I used the word dream, it just created that additional endorphins, that additional outlook, that thinking that something's greater. And I just started to dream. Now you have to do it intermittently, because you can't just think dream all the time, and then, you know, it needs to be done at the right time intermittently. But as I did that, I was automatically able to extend the amount of time that I could do the exercise. So it's very important for you to dream, but know when to use that dream, and actually know that you can use that dream during, or you can think dream during your performance. You just need to learn how to apply that thinking tool, that learning tool. And so that's a very, very high value, valuable tool. And the other area that I wanted to focus on, that I added segment to this, called the zone effect. We know the zone, at least what I define the zone, is when everything's in slow motion, it feels effortless, and you're performing very well, probably achieving a breakthrough, or if not a breakthrough, definitely building your foundation so that you have more the zone experiences, because the zone is not repeatable. Every time you're in the zone, it's a different type of zone. And there's a lot of people that describe what the zone is, but I work with my clients and help my clients to put them in the zone, to help them get in the zone. And so that's all done through learning tools, thinking tools, concepts. So that's very important. And so in a relationship that I've had for decades, I have someone and they would call me this label, and I just always assumed it was a, fun label, etc. And it was, and there's no sensitivity involved or whatnot. However, I asked them because I really didn't know what it meant to a certain degree. I could infer what it meant. And basically, what he was saying is excellent, very good. So, in other words, I didn't know what to think. I mean, either, tell someone they're excellent, they'll be feeling endorphins and happy, or tell them they're very good, they'll be feeling endorphins and happy. Excellent, very good that's just confusing. And so I had to approach this person, and as we were riding in the car and talking, I inquired and asked him what it was, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. No, I didn't. Don't think about it." I was like, "Come on, just." I didn't say "come on" because I had to be careful because it was a little bit of a sensitive thing, but it really took our relationship to another positive, sustainable relationship that we already had to another level, I would say. And once I was able to approach him the right way or talk with him the right way, I understood exactly what he was saying. And so I shared my insight about how, that's a little confusing. And he started laughing, and we both just broke out laughing. And those kind of things, they look like they're very small, but especially in relationships, they go a very long way. So now, instead of calling whatever it is that he was saying excellent, very good, we talked about it and said, well, I like excellent. And so we both broke out laughing. So I'm looking forward to him just saying excellent. So that's what I have for you this evening. I hope you have a meaningful trigger and realize the importance of your mood. This will really help you when you have fun and enjoyment and know the thinking tools, learning tools, the concepts to do that before, during, and after your sport so that you can achieve greater outcomes. That's essential. And it will eliminate the what's the use thinking, or I don't feel like it, or I don't want to, or all the other types of challenges that you might be experiencing. I hope you have a meaningful trigger for this evening. I'm very, very thankful that it's Friday. I love Fridays. And later on this afternoon, I'm playing basketball, so I know it's easy for me to rest and relax after playing basketball. So I hope the rain holds off and I'm able to do so because I'm playing outdoors today. And that'll be fun and looking really forward to that. And I hope you have your meaningful trigger. If something resonates with you here, you can contact me at 864-569-2315, Raj at rajgavrola.com. Whether it's you as an individual athlete, your team or teammates, and if you're a coach for your coaches or your athletes and or together for your team.